everyone. My name is Ronnie Foreman, and I'm a commercial sales manager here at SpaceX. I'll be your host for today's Starlink mission, which marks SpaceX's 212th overall mission, 13th mission in 2023, and the first launch of our Starlink V2 satellites. The satellites flying on today's mission will be the first of our second generation of satellites, also called V2 satellites, to fly. And liftoff is just about 4.5 minutes from now. There we've got the clamp arms opening, and again preparing to pull the strong back away from the vehicle. The strong back has two purposes for us today. Not only is it supporting Falcon 9 currently on the launch pad, but it was also the system we used to roll the rocket out to the launch pad in preparation for liftoff. The next milestone we're coming up on in just about 45 seconds will be completion of liquid oxygen load on board the first stage. After liftoff and stage separation, the booster is scheduled to land on our drone ship, a Shortfall of Gravitas, this evening, which is currently positioned in the Atlantic Ocean off the east coast of Florida. Coming up next, we should hear that Falcon 9 is in startup mode.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. 6-9.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Stage 1, chamber pressures nominal.
With that call out, we hear that Falcon 9 is traveling faster than the speed of sound, around 770 miles per hour.
Max Q.
Max Q is the period of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle that it will experience during flight, due to the forces of thrust, gravity, and atmospheric pressure. Incredible views of the Earth behind Falcon 9 on your screen now.
We go.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
So we just heard confirmation for successful main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start 1, which you can see on your screen now. Coming up in just about 20 seconds, the fairing halves will separate from the second stage and fall back to Earth.
Fairing separation confirmed.
So there you saw and hopefully also heard fairing half separation. As a reminder, both of the fairing halves flying on today's mission are flight proven as well. Both are flying for the second time and our booster for its third. We will attempt to recover the fairing halves again today using our recovery vessel, Doug. You can see on the Stage 2 telemetry that Stage 2 continues to pick up speed on its way to space. And of course, Stage 1 is on its way back home.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
As a reminder, the first stage on your screen right now, being used to launch 21 Starlink satellites into space, is flying for its third time. Stage 2 continuing on its way to space with 21 Starlink satellites on board.
Terminal guidance.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 1 has lit one engine to prepare for landing on our drone ship, a Shortfall of Gravitas. This final burn slows down the rocket to help it stick the landing on the drone ship.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Great feedback from our team there, and of course, beautiful views confirming that we have successfully landed Stage 1.
parking orbit insertion.
Falcon 9 has successfully landed on our drone ship a Shortfall of Gravitas, marking our 174th landing of an orbital class rocket. And shortly after first stage landing, we also heard successful shutdown of our MVAC engine and good orbital insertion for those 21 Starlink satellites. With confirmation of the first stage landing and successful second engine cutoff, we're going to wrap up our launch coverage for today. Be sure to check out our social media for confirmation of Starlink deploy and more information on the V2 minis.
Expected loss of signal, Bermuda.
Thanks for joining us for SpaceX's 212th overall mission and 13th mission of the year. We'll see you again soon.